standing there beside yourself?
Well, my wife gave me some good advice. She says, make it pop, make it exciting, and I'm my worst critic. And so I battle that, and then, everybody else says, take your time and make it right. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making it right. And because we want to get this out there and then start on the next film. And then we have two others on the docket with Sean Burton Sanders, my buddy from Creative Motion Studios.
Mm-hmm.
One of his films called Divertrog, making a full feature film. And then one he was talking about, him and I sat down one day and came up, well, it was actually his idea, and we just kind of rolled with it. It's called Luke, another story. So we get these two out of the way, Rosa Leigh out there, get Love of a Daughter and Divertrog, and we got a good roll. We got a good lineup.
Well, had y'all worked together extensively before this?
Sean and I ran into each other. We've known each other for years, but we never worked together. We ran into each other like Scarefest or Mid-South, but then talked to him about Rosa Leigh, and I said, hey, you want to do a part? He's like, sure, why not? The next thing I know, he comes out for his scene was a one-day shoot. And what really grabbed mine and Elena's heart is that this man didn't have to do what he did, but his scene was shot and done. He wrapped in one day. He's like, you know what? I'm going to stay.
Oh, awesome.
Help out. So he stayed one day. One day turned into two turned into three. And, it was like, I think he was there for 4 days. And I was like, wow, this dude did not have to do this. And that meant a lot to me and Elena. It just showed a lot of heart. So, and it's just like we clicked after that. I mean, we clicked really hard.
Well, you get those people that just turn up in your life like that, and it's just a blessing all the way around, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And our friend who played one of the characters in Rosa Leigh, she's like, well, I have a friend of mine that can do storyboards. And so she introduced me to Brian, who's actually driving right now. And so Brian Ingram, he's like, hey, man, like I talked to him on the phone, or I can't remember what it was, on Facebook or whatever. And the next thing I know, this guy has busted out the most amazing pieces of artwork I've ever seen. And I was so blessed. And the first night he's there on set, he brings the storyboards. I'm like, dude, I got to go to Walmart. It's at midnight. The crew and the cast is already gone. I need an external hard drive because I got to put all this data that we just filmed onto it. I'm like, can you stay here? and do you mind? I know it's midnight, but do you mind while I run to Walmart? He's like, sure. And I'm thinking, this guy probably thinks I'm a friggin' idiot.
Doubtful.
And ever since then, we've been just like brothers, like me and Sean, and Lane and I are blessed for the simple fact that we have people that put a lot of heart and passion into this film, and then it's Rosa Leigh. If it wasn't for everybody's love for that film, my dream wouldn't come true. And now we're on a new leg, and Brian's got an amazing woman named Kathy who's sitting next to me in front of Elena. Elena's awake now. And we're on this new project, and it's a group thing. We're spearheading it right now, and we're getting the layout for it, and it's onward and upward.
Well, this is just such an exciting time in y'all's lives, and hey to Elena. But I just think that as you get closer to the actual release date And as you get closer to getting this new project going, it seems like it's just snowballing for you.
Well, the thing is, and I want to everybody that's listening, I don't want people to think that this is all we do, because it's not. We have regular day jobs, and Elaine and I work 10-hour days, and as soon as I get off work, I'm editing a little bit, and sometimes then I'll go to bed and try to get up a little bit and edit some more, and then go to work. And then, like today, Elaine and I got off at 6:30 this morning, and pretty much we hit the road right afterwards. And Elena got a little bit of sleep. I got probably an hour and a half sleep. And here we are.
Well,
you got to work hard for what you want. If you want it, you got to work for it. It doesn't come for free.
well, nothing worth having does anyway. That's something that when I started doing this network blew me away, because when I first started, I was doing my own production, and then I got accustomed to having producers. And my last one, popped up on Facebook 2 days before the biggest interview of my life, that I'm going in rehab for 600 days. Catch you on the flip side. And by the way, we're not doing shows anymore.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow was right. So it was kind of like just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. And that's what I'm using to get this show out in 2 days, because I was interviewing George Norrie of Coast to Coast Radio.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, holy snap, I have no idea how to do that level of production. Well, sometimes you have epic fails to see if it's really what you want to do, right?
Right.
But that show got out. I don't have a copy of that show, but that show got out because people heard it and they commented to me about it. So I got it done, and I have about a month's worth of times that didn't work, and then all of a sudden things started happening because I was busting my capoozle trying to figure out the logistics of, do you use a mixer? Do you use this? What about this Scarlett? And I'm fortunate that I was able to do that. And it's just like you, because you had been a PA, but you hadn't actually done direction and production on the level that Rosa Leigh is. And look at you now. You've got a feature film in the can, just about ready to go. Because you wanted it.
Yeah, I know.
Because you wanted it. And I find that astounding. I think it's very brave and very strong. And Brenda in chat said to say hello to Brian and Kathy because she didn't want to have him feel excluded since he is driving y'all. So there you go.
You go.
So, I think you're amazing because of your determination, your history, the fact that y'all do work day jobs and you work hard to have what you want. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a great work ethic that comes into play this. And I know people like Santiago and, please help me with Miss York's first name, Jessica. They are astounding with their work ethics as well. They're very dedicated to what they do. And
yes, they are.
What's your favorite part about being a producer?
Man, that's really. I think the whole thing is because inside my mind I had this idea, and then I saw that idea. I put that idea in my brain onto paper or onto a computer screen, and then from a computer screen to paper, and then from paper to someone's hand, and those characters that are in my head are standing in front of me in physical form months later, 6 months later after the first concept. And that is so exhilarating to see your characters come to life in front of you. And I think that's the favorite part, because it's rewarding. And if it wasn't for like Santiago and Jessica, Eric, Joe, Reed Masterson, Ashton Masterson, and Sean, he was in it as well. Shannon and Sophia, and then there's Tommy, and then there's James and Josh. If it wasn't for those characters stepping in front of the camera, my vision would have never came true. It'd still be in my head or on a piece of paper. So to go from one-dimensional to three-dimensional is an amazing feat, and it's humbling.
Well, I think it says a lot about how you were able to communicate, that people grasped that vision and were able to bring it to life for you.
Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't, it's, people say, well, this is your film. This is, okay, it's my film, but it's our film too, because we all put an effort to make it a dream come true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the one that started the ball rolling, and I had this idea, but it takes a cast and crew to make that idea come to life. So it's not just me, but everybody else involved.
And I love that, because you do give that credit. And we are just about to be up against our second break, but I think that one of my favorite things that I have seen about you, when we were at Scarefest, and you and Elena and Santi and Jessica were all, at your booth, and other people too, was that y'all were family. Y'all communicated well.
Yeah.
You interacted well. Everything that was flowing through there was a team effort. And that's why I'm excited to see this film, because everybody took ownership. And if they did that in the film also, that's going to be astounding. And I've got to think they did.
Well, here's another thing that a lot of people don't know, that helping with the sound, helping with the sound is Christopher St. Booth.
Who is amazing.
Him and Rachel and helped us out with we went over to their home, and Christopher made this beautiful music and sound effects for the film. And
do you have excuse me, do you have Christopher's original music in there?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, we are up on our break. I am so sorry, but we will be back in 2 minutes. And everybody, just smoke them if you got them. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only